Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to World at War Comics. My next special guest back again, Mr. Mark London, the founder of Mad Cave Comics, chief creative officer, and boy, creator, writer. I mean, you kind of do a little bit of everything, Mark, but it's so good to have you back, my friend. We have a lot of Mad Cave news, but before we get into that, I would love to know, how is your week going so far, my friend?
So far, so good. I mean, when you're in the comic business, when you're in the publishing business, I mean, it feels like 40-hour days. But again, doing what we love, so I really can't complain, Tommy.
I love it. I love it. Well, it sure seems like everyone at Mad Cave is doing what they love because the news just does not stop. The last time that you were on, we were talking about Papercutz. We were
Yes.
talking about Maverick, two of your other imprints that hit kind of that younger age up into kind of that junior high school age, which I think is absolutely fabulous as you diversify your portfolio to make sure you have a little bit of something for everybody. I love that idea because I think we talked about this the last time. I have kids that don't read comic books, and so
Hmm.
there's this bridge that's kind of missing that I think anime and manga has kind of helped build, which I think that's positive too. But as an old comic guy, it tears me up that my youngest, who's 18, is watching anime and won't read any of my comic books that I buy, right? So,
A
but
100%. And I understand exactly what you're going through because again, same's happened with my youngest, and that's exactly my whole battle with my older kids. Growing up, I was like, oh, let's check out some comics, and they were like, no, I want to watch X, Y, and Z animation, and they were into Dragon Ball Z, One Punch Man, all that stuff, and I was like, but read, come on, guys, this is better. Not better, but I mean, come on, I
yeah.
was trying to teach him just like read.
No, I said the same thing. I said, there's so many cool stories that's so much better. But then she got me into it. Now I'm watching Chainsaw Man. I'm watching Berserker. So they kind of got me on the anime sides too, which I've been open to this whole other world. But comics is where my heart is at, Mark. I'll always be a comic guy first. But you had some other amazing news at San Diego Comic-Con with Joe Quesada. And everyone knows amazing artist, editor in chief. I mean, that guy has done a lot for our industry. Excuse me. And so he has his own label underneath or partnering with Mad Cave. And I'm going to get the name wrong. The third partner that was at the
Dupuis. Dupuis.
Dupuis, yeah, from
Yes.
France.
Which is basically the oldest publishing house in France. I mean, they really know what they're doing. They're kings over there of content, of European content, which again, it does differentiate a lot their product from ours, especially the way that again people digest content. I mean, the format is a little bit different, page count is different, but again, it's graphic storytelling at its best. So yes, it's Dupuis. So we partner for Dupuis. They're the ones that are going to take all the distribution side of Amazing Comics, which is Joe's imprint.
Uh,
And we're going to take the American side of things. Exactly. Disciple.
Exactly.
You got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
disciples.
Uh-huh.
So here was our little sample that we got at San Diego. I'm not sure if you all are going to have a similar panel at New York Comic Con, but if you do,
Yes,
my
sir. That's
assumption is we'll have something like this there as well,
Yes,
right?
yes, for sure. We're going to have a panel
Yeah.
in New York. More news are coming regarding that imprint and what the plans are. Kind of like what we did at San Diego was a little bit of a snippet, very very small size bite of what Joe is doing. But no, you guys are definitely going to get more information at New York Comic Con.
That's incredible. Well, before we get into some of the news that just came out over the last couple of weeks, I did
Yeah.
want to go over this, and my assumption is something similar might be at New York Comic Con, but this title, that Send into Madness, which really kind of gives a small, like you said, snippet of all these amazing titles
Mhm.
that we've already got. Kosher Mafia.
Yes,
We have Prairie Gods coming up. We have Dark Empty Void coming up. We have The
correct.
Body Trade.
Yes.
Hexiles, the legendary links, like all of this, right? Within this title, we're getting like 1 to 2 page snippets of what we could expect. But boy, Mad Cave is extremely busy all the way through November with some amazing titles coming out.
That's the plan. That's the plan, Tommy. I mean, we can't stop. And again, not only because again we're passionate about what we do. We have a publisher. we really want to give the fans the best content possible, but also I think that we have a responsibility with our fellow creators, which are the David Hassan, Zach Thompson. Those are the guys that have joined us. Zach Kaplan. Those are the guys that are basically just bringing on Alex Segura with the links. So all those books. I mean, that we need to highlight this artist. We need to really show you guys. I mean, what is it that we're working on? Who are we bringing on board to publish the best content out there? And yeah, I mean, the rest of the year is just going to be busy as hell, but exciting.
Yeah, yeah. No, we got to mention Alex and Dick Tracy, Jeremy Adams with Flash
Flash Gordon.
Gordon,
Mm-hmm.
both of which I have and have been absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
Dick Tracy, I think, is on issue 4 already,
correct.
and
Yes,
it's
Tom.
incredible,
Mm-hmm.
incredible. So yeah, you're right. A lot going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So also, Gatchaman for us has been like a.
Yep,
I'm
that's
wearing
right.
my. Yeah. So I mean, Gatchaman for us has also been a very strong seller. People are really gravitating to those licensed books, and yeah, it gives you more exposure to everything that we're doing at Mad Cave, and again, who we're bringing on board, creators that have been doing their own thing like for years now, and it's the right platform, and I don't think that we're gonna stop for the time being. We're just having too much fun.
Exactly. Well, let's really quickly, before we move on to the news of the manga side, we have Revolution 9
Yes.
coming too. And I think today or tomorrow might be the last day to have your stores order it.
Correct.
So we need to get into our stores, ensure that we were talking to them to add that to our pull list. But can you kind of give us your elevator pitch on
Mhm.
Revolution 9 and what fans could expect from Mark London, which is pretty exciting?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an assassin story, which is basically an assassin on the run from her secret society, and she finds that there's some shady things going on, and she basically deflects. And this secret society has been running stuff. I mean, since Roman times. I mean, they have been behind the most heinous crimes in history, and this first issue is basically just a nonstop, balls to the wall, your typical spy thriller action. But the good thing about Revolution 9, which is it's part of a little experiment that I devised at Mad Cave, which is it's the first of 3 standalone series. And those standalone series, of course, you're going to be able to read them. The first one is Revolution 9. Hour of the Wolf comes next month, and then we have Exit City the following month. And very different titles, because Revolution 9, again, spy thriller, action. Then The Hour of the Wolf is a little bit more personal, kind of like horror genre in there. A painting comes alive, and then a mysterious operative from Wolven Heart needs to actually step in, and he only has like an hour to save a family. And then we have Exit City, which is like it's this artificial man-made island 200 miles from the coast of California, which basically everybody's policing by algorithm, and you have 2 detectives, and they have to solve this crazy crime. But here's the kicker. So all these 3 standalone issues, which are series, I'm sorry, which are 4 issues each, they will collide next year in a 4-part crossover,
Oh, wow.
starting summer 2025, and that one is just gonna be insane, Tommy. I mean, I'm so excited. Yeah, I know that I'm a little bit biased, but that's the plan. So really excited about Revolution 9, because it's again action packed. I think that the story came out nicely. Everything that we put in there, the covers are great. The art is super solid. The artist is Carlos Reno, colorist is Jao Canola, and the letter is David Sharp. They have been doing amazing work, and yeah, it's the kickoff of the underworld universe, which is Mad Cave's shared universe, to put
Yeah.
it. And next year, it's the crossover is going to be called Endless Night. So again, so that's what I'm really excited about Revolution 9. So guys, if you can order the book, if you can tell your retailer, hey, save you a copy, I guarantee you're in for a treat with what we have planned and how everything is kind of like stitched together.
Are
Yeah.
you writing all three of those titles plus the title next year that
Yes.
brings them all together?
Yes.
How do
Correct.
you so you have Mad Cave, Papercutz, Maverick, Amazing Comics, Dupuis, and then we haven't even talked about the like where do you find time for all of this?
Well, remember that a lot of things, and this is where comics come in, and that's why creators. I mean, we're truly passionate about what we do, and when we're in conventions and we just see each other face to face. I mean, we just nod because we know how hard this is. Because really, a series like this is a lot of this stuff was written a year and a half ago, Tommy, a year and a half ago, even 2 years. Ideas have been brewing like for 8 years. You have little notes here and there. So this has been going on for a very long time. But but in short, is not like, oh, this was written like years ago, so the time was right. No biggie. I'm prepared for everything that we're throwing in out of Mad Cave. No, it's really is because I have an amazing team, Tommy. Yeah, I have an amazing team. I think that the people that have joined me along the whole journey, this 10 years of Mad Cave, are really the best in the business, and they do help me a lot. Yeah, if I didn't have that team, I mean, nothing that you've seen that we're doing, I mean, would have been possible. And again, we love comic books. We sure we have middle grade books, and we have YA books, and now we have a manga imprint. But for me, I'm like you. Comics are my bread and butter, and I'm gonna keep on writing comics until people tell me just like stop writing comics, don't do it. I just have too much information and too much fire just to like let it go. So in some capacity, if my teams allows it and the stars align, I'm gonna be pumping out hopefully good, fun, entertaining content for all you guys. So in a
Yeah.
nutshell, that's the long answer.
Well, you got me a long time ago on Battlecats, so I have no doubt what you're about to produce is going to be amazing. All right, Mark, let's move over to, let me make sure I pronounce it, Nakama Press.
Nakama. Nakama Press.
Nakama Press. Can you kind
Yes.
of tell us about that? And then I don't know if any titles have been announced under that yet. But if it has, maybe you could walk through what we could expect over the next maybe, however long you're allowed to kind of talk about
Of course. I'm glad that you asked that because we're really excited about Nakama, and yes, it's another imprint. It might seem like, okay, Mad Cave, you guys have you're putting your finger in all these different pies, but for us, it's basically just it's another leg of the chair. For us, many years ago, I was like, look, I think that if you want to have a full well-rounded publisher, I mean, you do need to cover all aspects of publishing. So I was like, okay, what do we need? And it was like, okay, we started with Mad Cave. We talked about this. I mean, is your comic books, it's like your R-rated imprint. I mean, these books are for a mature audience type of thing, teens, mature audience type of a consumer. Then we have Maverick with your YA, which is obviously young adult, different kind of stories, different format, the way that you approach it. We have middle grade covered through Papercutz, which is, I think, again, and we talked about in our previous interview, which was this is America's future. This is the world's future. So we really have a big responsibility there of what are we giving, with what type of content are we giving young minds of tomorrow. So for me, that was super important. But also, so then the fourth leg of the chair was like, okay, what else do we need? And something that has always been looming, and I grew up with this stuff, it's manga. It's a different format. It's a different type of storytelling. And so that's how Nakama came about. We were like, we need to come full circle and really maximize the, let's just say, everything that we've built, or everything that we have learned through Mad Cave, all the different systems that we put in or in place for a publisher to grow, to be able to reach different demographics and stuff. Hey, manga is the next course of action. And believe it or not, Nakama has been in the works for 4 years. We've always talked about that. We were always like, okay, we want it. We even yeah, that's another story for another day. We should have tried to come up with Nakama sooner, but again, I think that this was the right time to announce what we were doing. And there's so many stories in manga, Tommy. Then and there's this fan base out there that is craving for content. But with Nakama is same thing that we did or that we're doing with Papercutz through Papercutz or even Maverick is that we want to stay true. So we want to really respect what manga is. So that's what we're reaching out to different artists. That's what we're trying to keep on the manga. It's not just gonna be like, okay, the way that we approach comics is the way that we're gonna approach the manga. No, that's not really. And it's going to be an imprint that actually resonates with the fans. It's going to try to publish the best content possible. And using what we love, using the best tool that we have at our disposal is that we do love to tell stories. And this is not going to be any different. But we're going to get the right people involved, the right creators involved. Hopefully, I mean, you're going to see of them soon. And we are coming out for our scheduled release for 2025, Tommy, that this is something that you wanted to know. And a lot of people also wanted to know is that, yes, we have content that is going to go, that is ready to go. And we're going to start with Infinity T-Force. That's an alliance with Tatsunoko, which is the same guys as this people. so that's going to be something very cool. And then we got Indigo. We have the architect's Epiphany. We have the theory of KO, and we have Hoki's Focus. Those are going to be like our launch. That's what's going to be launching next year. So for the Architect's Epiphany, it was originally published in Chinese, Korean, and French, and but we're finally bringing it to the American market, and we are very, very excited about that one. We have, for example, well, the Infinity Force that I told you about. Again, Tatsunoko doesn't need an introduction. Indigo is also by the same creators that are bringing the Architect's Epiphany. It's a very stylish manga which striking visuals. I think that it's a really epic story that I think a lot of people are just going to go for it. We also have the theory of KO, which is basically like a Fight Club type of story, where the future of the world has kind of collapsed on itself, and because ecological and economic crisis. So you know that manga also tends to just go like deep into social situations. Okay, the state of the world, all that stuff. So again, we're keeping all of those things intact. And then Hoki's Focus. It's an adventure. It's a journey. It's kind of like a Dragon Ball. The artist got inspired from the original Dragon Ball. So I think that I've said enough. I will get you more information as time comes, as we are definitely going to be providing everyone more and more information, more detailed information on what the plans for Nakama are going to be at New York Comic Con. So
wow,
but I kind of gave you a little bit of another snippet right there, Tommy.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing, Mark. Now, will there be any kind of physical examples at New York Comic Con or just more information?
No, you're going to have, again, kind of like the Mad Cave book that we have, exactly, that we have at San Diego Comic Con. You guys are going to have like something similar just to like get you really excited about it. So hopefully we're going to be able to get a little taste into the fans' hands. So absolutely, Tommy, that's really the plan.
That's incredible. Incredible. Yeah, I love what you're doing. And I do think that you're at the forefront of this as a comic book publisher, understanding that consumers consume different things. Like they're all related, right? It's like they're all cousins. But they reach people at different stages of their life or different tastes that they might have. And like we were talking earlier, I have a daughter. She loves manga, loves anime. I can't get her to read a Superman or a Batman or anything, but that's okay as long as she's consuming something that she enjoys. So this would be perfect for her.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I'm really excited about this. And she's kind of got me into this little world, not as much as her, but I'm starting to consume some of this. I'm realizing the stories, the artwork, is incredible. It's more dystopian. It's the world is coming to an end kind of thing. Sure. I love that kind of stuff, man. So I'm happy for you, Mark. I think you're doing the right thing. And again, as much as we love comics, right? This only works if you're making money. Unfortunately, you got to be profitable, right? And diversifying your portfolio in any kind of a business is always a strength. I rarely see, unless you go a little too far or stretch yourself too far, which that doesn't seem like that's the type of thing that Mad Cave does, right? Especially if you've been sitting on this 4 years waiting for the right time to release it.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I'm just so happy. I think this is brilliant, and I think you're going to get a lot of people in the U.S. who are currently writing manga because this is
Yeah.
their thing. They're going to come to you going, "Hey, how do I get this thing published, man?" So get ready for that.
Oh yeah, no, you're right, Tommy. I mean that is some of the conversations that we had with creators that are really like, hey, listen, I've been really honing my craft, especially for manga. And again, we're going after to having an authentic product. That's really what we want, and that's what we are branching out to artists in Japan, to artists in China, in Korea. I mean, trying to really understand. So it's basically going to be like we're bringing cultures together, especially because of what you were saying. Okay, what is it that you want, or what is it that you're offering? So we are offering a diverse portfolio that you can be like, oh, I can really get into this. Or people that really are into manga, that grew up with manga, but have never experienced a comic book. So you're like, okay, look, we also have this. Oh, interesting. Okay, like what you're telling me, like, I've been into comic books, hey, but let me check this out. Interesting. Because at the end of the day, and that's what we want, is that we really want to publish stuff that you really are going to enjoy. And at the end of the day, it's not like you're not a TV you're not a TV watcher, or you're not like everybody watches TV. So we all read comics, manga, books. We're reading. We're enjoying content. It's not like, oh, I'm a comic book fan. I know I'm also a purist. Sometimes it's like, no, don't touch that. I mean, I get it. But again, what we're trying to do is trying to open a set of possibilities is for you to, if you enjoy this type of content and you enjoy the way that graphic storytelling works, all right, we're going to give you different flavors. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love it. And congratulations. I know doing something like this isn't easy, but you got some experience under your belt with Papercutz and Mavericks. So I think it's incredible. Your portfolio just looks amazing when you put it all together, including Amazing and Dupuis. So
Yeah.
congratulations, Mark. I think that's fantastic. And I can't wait to help get the word out. And I can't wait to see. I won't be at New York, so I'll have to find someone
Oh
who's there
man.
that we could. I have a friend Al that goes, so hopefully he can pick up one of these. That way, I get samples of all the Nakama stuff.
No, I'm gonna get you a whole package of everything that when the time comes and I start getting all the materials, I'm gonna get a nice bulk of goodies for you, and I'm gonna send it so you can really check it out. So no need. I mean, if your friend's gonna be there, sure, I'd love to meet him and great to chat with him. But I'm gonna get your own special box, Tommy.
I
Because
appreciate that.
again, you're a supporter of ours. You're a supporter of the industry. I mean, I love that, and it's the least I can do. So really thank you. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I absolutely love what you're doing. Mark, is there anything else that we're leaving out? I know Revolution 9, you got to get out there. You got to talk to your stores right now. Make sure you get that on your pull list. When I saw it at first, I didn't realize how big it is. And after you explain it, I mean, this is a major event that you got to make sure that
Yeah.
you have in your pull list. And I cannot wait to see how it all comes together
Mhm.
next year. That's going to be a lot of fun.
That's the plan. Again, a small experiment on our behalf. Yes, we would really like for people to get on board. Again, this is the essence of comics. I mean, to the fullest. I mean, we're tackling three different genres that then they're gonna collide in a very organic, bombastic, widescreen manner. And the payoff is just gonna be great. And hopefully, I mean, if it really resonates with fans, I mean, we're working on two other properties that hopefully are gonna be a nice complement to the whole underworld universe. And yeah, I mean, I'm super excited, but again, we really want to get people out there excited. um yeah, hopefully they get on board, Tommy. But again, I really appreciate you helping us, always supporting us and spreading the word out.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. I love it when you come on. I love talking to you, and big fan of everything that Mad Cave is doing. So I really appreciate. I know you're extremely busy with all the titles you have yourself coming out, plus all these imprints that you're leading. Incredible. Thank you so much for making time for me today, Mark. I really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. No, thank you, Tommy, for having me. I mean, I always enjoy so much when we have this type of conversations. And again, when you call me, I'll be here. So.
All right, I'll try not to abuse it too much, but I'll reach out to you as some of these titles come out again, so we could really cover them and make sure that it's in the face of all these comic book fans that should be reading a lot of Mad Cave, because you guys have some amazing titles right now that I am eating up, my friend, eating up.
Thank you very much, Sammy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Bye.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.